Hi everyone, it's Mini here. Welcome to my channel. The purpose for this video is that I want to talk about tribalism. So many people that live in Guyana, they mix with other races and culture and everything. Guyanese generally they mix with other people, and they are usually very hospitable people. But over the years, I've noticed that there has been some changes where, for example, they mistake me and they take me. Some people they mistaken me and they take me for a foreigner, especially like a Venezuelan or a Brazilian, and they may react a little bit differently or want to treat me differently until they hear my accent or something, and then they realize, okay, I'm a Guyanese. But I want to say this, as Guyanese, we have migrated to other countries, the US, all the countries in the world. I would think there is a Guyanese living. We would have migrated to many places in the world, and we ourselves are immigrants to those countries. And I want to just say this as a Guyanese, is that we should be more acceptable, more tolerance of the immigrants, especially those refugees and so on. We should be more tolerable and accepting, because many times when we have problems in Guyana, Guyanese would go in other countries that don't have conflicts. So I want to say this, that don't exploit those Venezuelans that are coming into our country. I know they're different from us. They probably are, some of them are probably more hardcore and so on. But we while we were not refugees to other countries, we are immigrants, that migrated. Some Guyanese would have migrated to other countries and lived their life until they die. And the same way other people, they come to other countries, the same way they will come to Guyana and they make Guyana their homeland. And we ought to also treat those people with respect and dignity, because we need to put our humanity first. I know some people are very tribal. They feel that well, to belong to this group of people or that group. I don't see life that way. Because I'm a product of most of the races, that the dominant races here in Guyana. I am a product of that, and I see life from a larger scale and a larger perspective, where we have to be more open-minded and accepting of other people culture. We don't have to always participate or whatever they do, but what we can do is we can try to be tolerant, and we don't need to be racist. And especially with everything that is happening in the world globally, more than ever, people need to be understanding, open-minded, and not tribal. Because when they're tribal, they don't think rational. They tend to act up and they become racist and violent. And the reason for me saying this is that I personally have had bad experience. You all know, in Guyana here, around the election time, there is lots of political tension and so on, right? And many times, I want to say, is that a lot of these issues don't be recorded in the media or anything like that, especially those incidents that would have happened like 15 years ago, when many people didn't had mobile phone to record what was happening and share it online and so on and so forth. So I want to say is that one time I'm from Mahaica, okay, Unity. So one time I got caught up in a very bad tense environment on one item. I'm not going to mention the name of the village. It's one of these villages on the East Coast. I got caught up. So at the time, this minibus there were just mostly Indo-Guyanese passenger in this minibus, and the driver was an Afro-Guyanese guy. And this is a tension where one of those riots, or whatever name people want to give to them, they were burning vehicles, broken vehicles, burning up vehicles, toppling, and it was happening across several villages. All right, and I've had many instances because after work you go to the park and you don't know what's happening, and boom, you get caught up in a protest. I've left traumatized for many years because of those protests and so on. So this instance is this driver, and I want to share the story and put it out there, is that not every person is a racist, not everybody is tribal. You don't judge people based on their skin color. Don't judge them, all right? Don't judge people based on their skin color. Don't treat them differently. So I was in this minibus along with some other Guyanese people and so on, and this driver, he's Afro Guyanese. I don't want to call his name, I don't know if he's alive or what, but he had a nickname that I'm sure that many drivers from Jamaica would recognize. And that was one of the most traumatic moments, where these people, they standing at the bus and tell the driver, they tell him to come out of this bus. They want to topple this bus over and burned us with inside this minibus. I will never forget that incident. Up to today, I always remember that incident, and it really changed my whole perspective on life and how I judge people and everything else. And you know what the driver told these men that were standing outside of the bus? They said, "Get out of this bus." They said, "Get out." And he said, "I'm not coming out of this bus for you to burn these people. These people are my customers, and if you want to burn this bus, if you want to burn this bus and these people inside, you have to burn him." Right? That's what he told him. He said to them, "My humanity," that is the word he used, and I'll always remember that. He said to them that my humanity is the most important to me. That is what he said to them. And I remember sitting just behind the driver. I was sitting behind the driver, and I heard every single thing, and they were insisting and persisting that he come out the bus, so that because he's black, his skin is black, he's Afro guy, and he's pure 100%. I could tell that he's 100% African. And that's what he said. He said, "I am not coming out of this bus because I'm not gonna live with that on my mind." Just like that, he said, "You're gonna have to burn that bus with me and the people inside." Just like that. And like I said, this is one of the time where they're shooting up all over the places and stuff. This is like over 15 years ago. I had no kids, I was not married or anything like that, and I wanted to share this with you all, and this experience with you all. And I have had several incidents like these caught up in the city, and where my fellow Afro-Guyanese would have had to walk me through these burning and all these protesting and stuff like that. So I want to say that harmony and respect and tolerance are very important, and we should not get tribal in this time, whether we get affected by things that are happening regionally, locally, or internationally. We should not get tribal. It is important to be rational and think clearly in difficult circumstances, and the pie is big for everybody. We should not exploit, no one should exploit the immigrants and traffic them or put them in make them slaves or put them in desperate working condition and so on, because we're all humans and we need to live in harmony. I always say variety is the spice of life. And if the creator did not want, whoever created human beings or how we come about, I don't even know. But whatever your belief in or what you may wish is that if all the plants in the world was just one one kind of rose, then it'll be very boring, So I just wanted to say this to you all, that beware of tribalism and use self-introspection and figure out your own feelings and learn and grow and expand and be a good person. Have some kind of a purpose in this life. We don't always get a chance to do good, and that is why I am taking this opportunity that I have and taking my time and some of my time and investing it into trying to share my beliefs and how I see life with people. And I hope that someday that my children, they'll be able to look at my videos as well, and they'll understand what my values are and why I am the way I am, and so on and so forth. So I want to say that this is just all that I wanted to say to you all today. Don't be tribal. Beware of tribalism. Beware. Life is not about your own group of people, your own race, and your own religion. Life is bigger, 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 bigger than that. All right? So, see you all next time, and thank you all for looking at my videos and your support and lovely comments. Okay? See you all.